everyone, I have a 12 by 12 layout for you today. I'm playing along with a fun telephone hop game with some of the other girls over and part of the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. So you saw there my inspiration, the layout that I did, the layout I'm scraplifting. It is from Shannon. Down in the description box below, you will find video links to all the girls that came before me and after me and all the video links. I am starting off with some shimmers. I have a couple different colors here. One of them is Osei Can You See? One of them is Mama Sings the Blues. And I am just going to go ahead and create some areas of splatter to kind of mimic some of the mixed media that is in my inspiration layout. I know that a lot of Shannon's was stamping and splatters and different things, and I just decided to go with the splatters. It just kept it easy. I'm going to be working with my How to Kill a Kit with Style for March, which is a mixture of some paper person products and some other products. I'm also going to be scrapbooking a photo of my oldest son. Now, once I had all of my splatters down and I liked them and they were dry, I'm going to go ahead and grab this stamp from Lavinia Stamps. This stamp is currently the biggest workhorse in my scrapbooking room because it's so cute and fun, and I thought that it would work just to add a little bit something more to these areas of mixed media besides just the splatters. So I'm just going around and adding these little they're like circles of dots, really cute. I'm just gonna go clean up a little bit, get all of my splatters off my mat, and then we'll continue on with the layout. So I'm going to start out by matting my photo in this stripy paper. And once I have my photo matted, I'm going to go ahead and distress the edges using a really old distress tool from Making Memories. But they sell lots of different kinds of distress tools. So next we have a green paper, which I'm also going to go ahead and mat my photo with. I'm matting this a little bit larger so we have a nice green mat around my photo. And I'm also going to trim these papers up so I can use them a bit later. I'm sorry if you hear the door slam. You'll have to excuse Logan. He doesn't know that I'm in here voicing over a video. And I'm going to go ahead and distress that mat as well. And then I decided to add one more mat to this layout. I just wanted lots of layers and I did not want them to be even. So I cut them kind of wonky and different widths to help with that because there are lots of layers behind the photo in the layout I'm scraplifting. I'm going to place my photo right in the center. Now in the layout I'm scraplifting, there are little peekaboo tears in the top right and the bottom left. What I'm going to do is, instead of tearing my background paper and doing a peekaboo layer, I'm actually going to just tear some strips of paper and layer them up. I know going in that I need to find a place for some journaling. There's no journaling in the layout that Shannon sent me, which is totally fine because it's about her puppies. It's just a layout with cute puppy photos. But my photo has some definite journaling that I really want to include. So I know going in that I'm not going to do those peekaboo layers, but rather I'm just going to put torn layers into those areas. And then I'm going to use my stapler, my tiny attacher, and I'm just going to kind of put like some faux staples in. I really just like that look, and I think with the mixed media and the torn papers, the next kind of obvious thing to include on my page to go with everything else is some staples. Next up, I want to get some of to get my journaling down. So I am going to I grabbed a couple of Nicole Jones 911, her printables. I have little clear drawers right on my desk that have all my labels in, because I just love her labels. And I'm going to take a bunch of her journaling labels and do all of the journaling I want onto these labels. I did have to get just a bit creative in how I kind of got these labels on. I decided to kind of tuck them in and around and under these torn layers in the bottom left. But I think it worked out in the end quite well. But I really had a story to tell about this photo. And since my oldest son, he'll be 21 in May, so I know that I'm not going to have a lot of stories left to tell about him, right? So I really wanted to be able to get this one that I do have for I guess this is 2021, documented. Because, at this age, we're not taking a lot of, he doesn't have a lot of big milestones or family, with COVID and all that. We don't have a lot of things going on. So once I have my journaling together, I'm going to go ahead and start to add some embellishment clusters. The embellishment clusters that are in the layout from Shannon are kind of small. They're not large. They're just kind of small. So I'm going to add a couple of little things just around my photo. I'm going to start with this tag. I literally tore the bottom of that tag off. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive behind it to hold the little loop steady, because I did put some twine in there. This Life Lately die cut is actually going to serve as my title. So I'm going to kind of overlap just a little bit of my top photo there and kind of snuggle it in around that tag. And it kind of cuts out the big giant treadmill behind my son's head, and I liked that. So this sticker sheet that I've been trying to use up, I'm going to use up a bit more of it here. So I really like this little banner piece, and I liked how it pulled in a few more colors, and then I can kind of spread the colors that are in that banner piece into the rest of the layout. I am going to go ahead and work next with these epoxy flares. So these are from Scrap and Happy Studio. I have both the epoxy flares and some cardstock words. They were part of my kit, and they're just going to work really well for this. Again, I am taking some pops of color from that banner, and I'm going to use some of the pops of color from that banner to add a bit more color to my layout. A lot of the colors that are in that banner are also in that little bit of striped paper behind my photo. So I'm just going to pull in a little bit more color. I decided I maybe didn't want to go completely monochromatic. I wanted to go a bit more colorful. So I'm going to use those two cardstock words. If you've never tried cardstock words from Scrap and Happy Studio, they're pretty fabulous. They are really good quality, and they're super cute. And now I'm going to go ahead and grab these beautiful watercolored flower or hearts epoxy flare. Again, pulling out more of the colors from the banner and from the striped paper. And I'm going to place these kind of in a diagonal pattern down my page to kind of pull the three areas of the page together. So I'm pulling in some of that pretty green and the blue. Then I have like an orangey one up at the top. And then I'm also going to place one down with my journaling, which is, again, just going to help your eye. You can kind of follow the heart and go from the top right to the bottom left and kind of go through all of the journaling and the photo. So I'm just looking here at what colors I have left, what other colors I have that I can kind of pop into this area. I think I fidget with this a little bit. Oh no, I didn't fidget with it. I went right for the top there because I was thinking in my head like maybe it needed to go down more towards the bottom, but in the end it really didn't. Cool thing about epoxy flare, you can run them off the edge of your page and then just snip off that little extra with a pair of scissors and it works perfectly. just going to go ahead and get these down, and I still have more. This is one of the larger packs of epoxy flare, these little watercolored hearts, and they are so cute and beautiful. Just love them. So now I feel like, okay, my layout isn't monochromatic. It's not just blue and green. We've got little pops of all kinds of different colors now, and I'm really liking it. Tomorrow, the person following me in the telephone hop is Mackenzie McGahey. She's pretty fabulous too, so be sure to check her out. For a last little pop of color, I'm just adding some Nuvo drops around all of those splatter areas. Just add a little bit something more to it and to kind of bulk up those mixed media areas a bit more. And I really like how that turns out. I used that beautiful dark green, and then I also went in with a jewel drop in an orange color. And that is where we are going to call this one done. I hope you all have had a wonderful day and enjoyed the hop so far. And I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.